Narrow AI. This is the only kind of artificial intelligence that actually exists today, and most people have no idea how limited it really is. When you ask your phone to recognize your face, it does that one thing with stunning precision. But that same system cannot tell you what a face even is. It has no concept of the world outside its task. A chess-playing AI can defeat the greatest human players in history, yet it cannot understand the rules if you explain them out loud. It knows the board, nothing else. That gap between performing a skill and understanding the world is what every researcher in this field is still trying to close. Reactive machines. These are the simplest AI systems ever built, and they carry absolutely no memory. They look at what is directly in front of them, make a decision, and move on as if nothing happened. Deep Blue, the IBM computer that defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997, worked exactly this way. It could analyze millions of possible moves and choose the best one, but it had no recollection of the previous game, no sense of who Kasparov was, and no understanding of what winning meant. Every single moment was completely new. That sounds like a weakness, but in environments where consistency matters more than adaptability, it is actually exactly what you want. Limited memory AI. This is what powers most of the intelligent technology around you right now. It can look back at a short window of recent information and use it to make better decisions in the present. Self-driving cars do this constantly, pulling from the last few seconds of sensor data to decide when to brake or how close another vehicle is getting. Chatbots use it to follow a conversation without losing the thread of what was said 2 messages ago. The memory is temporary and narrow, but that small window of recall is the difference between a system that feels intelligent and one that feels like a calculator. Theory of mind AI. This one does not exist yet, but it is what researchers are working toward, and the gap between where we are now and where this sits is enormous. The idea is an AI that understands other minds, not just responding to what you say, but modeling why you said it, what you might want, and how you are feeling. Humans develop this naturally as children. It is the foundation of empathy, negotiation, and almost every meaningful social interaction. Building a machine that genuinely models the internal state of another person would change everything from therapy to education to customer service. We are not there. Not even close. Self-aware AI. This is the version that has no scientific roadmap. A self-aware AI would possess its own sense of existence, its own internal experience of being something. It would not just process inputs and generate outputs. It would know that it is doing so. Every science fiction story about AI turning against humanity is rooted in this idea, the moment a machine stops following instructions and starts having preferences of its own. Whether a machine could ever truly be conscious or just very convincingly simulate it is one of the hardest questions in all of science. And the unsettling part is that we may never have a way to tell the difference. Artificial general intelligence. Nobody has built this, and nobody knows exactly when they will. AGI would be a system capable of learning and performing any intellectual task a human can do. Not one task, not 10 tasks, but all of them. It could write a legal argument in the morning, design a bridge at noon, and compose music by evening, teaching itself each skill from scratch. The reason this matters is not just the capability itself, it is the speed. A human takes years to become an expert in one field. An AGI could potentially do it in hours across every field simultaneously. Most researchers believe we are getting closer. The timeline is just something no one agrees on. Artificial superintelligence. This is where the conversation stops being just about technology. A superintelligent system would not simply match the best human thinking. It would exceed every human mind that has ever existed in every category simultaneously. It could run scientific experiments, analyze the results, generate new hypotheses, and test those too, all before a human researcher finished reading the question. The reason this is discussed so seriously is not because it is guaranteed to happen. It is because if it does happen, and the system improves its own intelligence at an exponential rate, the pace of change could become impossible for humans to track, predict, or control. That is not science fiction. That is a real scenario that serious institutions are preparing for right now. Machine learning. This is the approach that changed everything. Before machine learning, building an AI meant writing explicit rules for every possible situation. Tell the machine what spam looks like, line by line, rule by rule. Machine learning threw that out. Instead, you give the system thousands of examples and let it figure out the patterns itself. Show it enough spam emails alongside legitimate ones, and it begins to detect the difference without being told what to look for. The more data it processes, the sharper it gets. This shift from programming rules to learning from data is what made modern AI possible in the first place. Deep learning. This is machine learning taken several layers further, and it is the engine behind almost every impressive AI you have seen in the past decade. It uses layered structures loosely inspired by the way neurons connect in the human brain. Information passes through each layer, and each one picks up something slightly more complex than the last. The first layer of an image recognition system might notice edges. The next recognizes shapes. By the final layer, it can identify a specific face in a crowd of thousands. The word deep refers to the number of layers. The deeper the network, the more subtle and complex the patterns it can learn. Image generation, real-time translation, voice recognition, all of it runs on this.